If anything occurs to you that you want to mention or flag up with me, I was going to do a slightly different class again. Just lift and roll the shoulders. Just place one hand at the navel, one hand at the heart centre. And notice the tendency perhaps to stand up a little bit more. Checking that the feet are connecting to the earth, which lifts you up a little bit further. And just release the hands. And breathing in, turn the head to the left. Come to the centre. And turn the head to the right. Come back to the centre, and again, once more, in each direction in your own breath pattern. Lift and roll the left shoulder back. Lift and roll the right shoulder back. And then breathing in, raise the right hand up, stretch it up, breathe out, turn the head to the left. Breathe in, bring the head back to the centre, and breathe out, lower right arm. Breathing in, raise the left arm, stretch. Breathe out, turn the head to the right. Breathe in, come back to the centre, and breathe out, lower the left arm. Lift and roll the shoulders. Breathing in, raising the hands up and out. Breathing, bring the hands back. Palms down. And again. Lift and roll the shoulders. Breathing in, soften the knees, and raise the hands to where it works for you. Clasp and reverse. To one side. Come to the centre, to the other side. Come to the centre. Lower the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. And come to place your hands on the waist. Breathing out, turn to look over the left shoulder. Come to the centre and turn to look over the right shoulder. And come to the centre. Breathing in, just test the balance by lifting the heels. And then breathing out, lower the heels, soften the knees. Feel the abdominal muscles engage, back of the neck as long as you look on the floor. And then breathing in, come to upright. Release the hands, lift and roll the shoulders. Hands together at the heart centre. Breathing in, open the hand to the left and turn to look at the right hand. Come back to hands at the heart centre. Open the arm to the right as you turn to look towards the right. Come back with the hand. Again, each side. Left. Come back to the centre. Right. Come back to the centre. And once more in your own time, your own breath pattern. And then release the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders and just clasp the hands behind you, aim the knuckles to the ground. Open the shoulders. Turn slightly to the left. Come to the centre and turn slightly to the right. Come to the centre. Release the hands and then just circle the wrists in one direction and then circle the wrists in the opposite direction. Release the hands. Lift up, it doesn't matter which foot, but one foot, and just circle. It's almost circling the heel, the knee goes as well. And then circle in the opposite direction. You might want to bring your foot out a little bit. That makes it easier. And then return one foot, and then come to the other foot. Circling for ankles, feet. Putting any weight so much on the foot, but anyway, we're just going to come back and lift and roll the shoulders. Halves to look to the sun, palms together at the heart centre. Soften the knees, circle the arms up, palms touch. Breathing out, soften the knees. Come down through the centre, place the hands on the shins. Breathe in, lengthen, halfway. Breathe out, soften in. Breathe in, half lift. Stay here as you breathe out. Breathe in, soften the knees, press the feet into the ground and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Hands stretch up and breathing out the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. Hands together at the heart centre. Soften the knees as you circle the hands up. Palms touch. Bring the hands through the centre. Soften the knees. Hands go onto the shins. Half lift. Breathing out, soften in. Half lift again. Stay here as you breathe out. Breathing in, soften the knees, press the feet down, and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Hands up. Breathing out. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then bring the hands to the heart centre. Soften the knees, and we're going to come down onto the mat. And come to a seated position. And come to just have your hands on your knees. And once more, breathe in, turn your head to the left, and then breathing out to the right. just come back to the centre. Bring the attention to your right shoulder. Very slowly lift it up towards the ear. When it gets there, hold it up, and then very slowly lower the right shoulder down away from the ear. And now to the left side, very gently lift the left shoulder up towards the ear. And then very gently lower the left shoulder down away from the ear. And once more, turn the head to the left. And then come through the centre and turn the head to the right. And come to the centre. And then breathing in, sitting up. And breathing out, rounding, chin comes to the chest. Breathing in, sitting up. Breathing out, rounding, chin to chest. And a couple of times to your own breath pattern. And then just take the hands under the thighs, lift them up, and then stretch them out in front of you. And we'll come to focus on the feet a little bit. If you need to lift the flesh out from under your bottom, then please do. And just take the rosie's lead here. Just bounce the legs, just rub them. Very need to get circulation moving.
So you like specialists? You like it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Get in the door.
And we will be jiggling all the time.
Oh, all day.
And then, yeah, very good for all of that. Then just come to have your legs out in front of you. And just toes up and toes away. Doesn't have to be an exaggerated movement, but just beginning to get into the feet. And then begin to circle the ankles in one direction. I was saying, I think yesterday, that I hadn't realised stupidly that not only this boosts the circulation, which I was aware of, it boosts the immune system, and circle your ankles in the other direction, but it begins to strengthen the leg muscles, which is very important for people when they get older. Not older. I was thinking of poor Queen, her mobility issues. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway. And then just release, just shake your feet from side to side. And just a very simple nod to bend up your right leg. And this time we're going to hold the right knee in and just use the left hand to massage the top of the foot, going like we did yesterday between the feet if you need to, avoiding any areas that are stiff or, avoiding any areas that are hurting, not just stiff, but you can go slightly underneath. You can go to the ankle bones. You can use both hands, but you might want your arm to support your knee to come in. So again, just a very foot massage. Love your feet. So Sue was saying yesterday that the going down into the toes is your sinuses, every toe at the bottom. But then the bits on the side go into the outer ear, the inner ear, eyes. Yes, I can't remember. She's face here, and the nose and around the face. To ask her again what that was. So that's just going up and down. Just
Is it soothing?
soothing.
I do it at night before I go to bed. Put some oil on my feet.
That's what Sue was saying.
Yes, she said oil first, and then if you want to cream afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
So
good for you.
Oil
yes,
is the
it-
first thing to do, she said, didn't she?
Yes.
And then moisturise with cream.
She said the molecules of oil were smaller and they go into the feet more.
Okay, so it's oil if she thinks it's better than cream.
No, she does both.
Both.
So she does oil first.
Oil, I see, wow.
And then
Doesn't that stay though, the oil stay on your feet and they cook with the cream, doesn't
I suppose so. It's
I
so
don't know.
interesting.
it? Just thinking.
Experiment.
Yes,
Just
I will do. That's,
And then just having the right knee in, tummy in for, just you'll feel your abdominal muscles engaged. You can keep your foot on the floor, just lift it off, but just sitting upright. And then just release the foot out. And then coming to the other side. Hugging the knee in, you can have your foot slightly out if that's easier for you to have it out. I know you're supposed to keep it upright, but sometimes it's more satisfying. And just support your knee, and then use your right hand to just massage whatever you want to on your foot. So as we found out to our cost, our feet support us all day, and it's when you hurt your foot, you
Yeah.
know about it.
It's dreadful,
Yes.
you so do. Yeah.
you rely
We
so
don't
heavily
love them
on
enough.
So it gets blood circulating into the foot, and you need blood to carry nutrients and for healing, and just to feel quite nice, really.
yeah.
So to
She's treading on them all the time, aren't we? On this for sleep.
yeah.
It's heavy duty on the feet.
yes, there are energy levels in the body. There are more than 5, but for the 5 main ones have 4 divisions. So under the feet, perineum, diaphragm, and at the throat, and the energy can get blocked at each level. So if you're out on your feet, you're out everywhere. It affects your whole body because the energy doesn't travel up; it doesn't go through. And quite often, people who've got Parkinson's, for instance, the energy gets blocked here at the heart level, and doctors know this. They prescribe speech therapy for Parkinson's, which is lovely. It gets the voice going up, but the voice goes up and out here. It doesn't resonate quite so nicely up here. And so humming bee breath, for instance, is one of the ones you go resonates in your head, which is where you need it to kind of go all the way up there to enhance it. But yeah, which is interesting. And then with Alzheimer's,
My mum to do that. Yeah.
the it's a lack of communication on a slightly different level, but even though they've got Alzheimer's, it's only one part of them that's got it, so they then respond to things like sound. And I don't know if you perhaps talked about this before about a ballerina who had Alzheimer's, completely hopeless, could hardly communicate, and they played her music from Swan Lake when she used to dance. Did you ever see that? It's absolutely very emotional, because even she could hardly move, and yet the music activated her brain, and she was able to make the movements in her wheelchair that she used to do as a young ballerina, and they faded in the music with her when she was in her 20s dancing, and she still had it was very jerky, but she still had the movements to go, which was very, very lovely. So we're going to come now to bending the knees and then coming to lying. Knees bent. And feet are hip width apart. And just come to settle yourself. Hands can be palms down or resting on the floor. And just take a couple of breaths to your own time, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. This increase of nitric oxide into the system is terribly helpful for relaxation, boost the immune system. And then very gently start to turn the head. As you breathe out, turn the head to one side. Breathe in, bring the head back to centre. And breathing out, turn the head to the other side. And carry on for a couple of times to your own breath pattern. You can linger if you need that. And let your head come back to the centre. Keeping your right foot where it is, bring your attention to your left foot and hug the left knee into the chest. And you can stay here statically, not moving at all, but just enjoying the hug in. Or if you want to distract your mind a little bit, you can make quite small circles with the left knee while you're holding it. And if you've opted to circle your left knee, then circle the knee in the opposite direction. And then come back to the centre. And then very gently let the left foot go down to the earth. And bring your attention to the right side. Pick up the right knee and hug the right knee into the chest. And then optionally circle the right knee a few times in one direction. And if you opted to circle your knee, then circle the knee in the opposite direction. Hug the right knee into the chest. And then keep the right knee hugged into the chest and let the left knee join it. So both knees are hugged into the chest. You can open your knees out a little bit if you want to avoid your tummy. And you can again stay static. Or you can circle both knees, letting them drift away from you to arm's length and circling them outwards, meeting back as you hug the knees into your chest. You'll go both ways, so if you've gone the other way, it doesn't matter. As you breathe out, you're hugging the knees in and then meeting back the centre. And then you might like to reverse the circles, so open the knees as they're hugged in outwards and then circles as they meet at the top, slightly away from you. But again, you can just carry on holding the knees statically. And then very gently supporting your legs underneath. Let both feet come to the ground. Knees are up, feet are hip width apart again. And just rest your hands on your abdomen. Taking a few resting breaths here. You might notice that your abdomen moves slightly under your hands. And then, once again, keeping your right foot where it is, hug your left knee into your chest. And this time, in your own breath pattern, we're going to hug the left knee into the chest and still holding the knee, let it drift away to arm's length. Hugging the knee in, linger if you need to, and then let it drift away, coordinating the movement with your breath. And then just very gently release the left knee to the ground. Bring your attention to the right side. And then pick up your right leg, hugging your right knee into your chest. Left foot's on the floor, knee up to the ceiling. And again, we're going to do the same on this side, in your own time. Hugging the knee into the chest and letting it drift away to arm's length. And then keep the right knee hugged in. Let the left knee join, holding both knees with both hands. And then in your own breath pattern, let both knees drift away to arm's length. And hug both knees into the chest. And then just carry on in your own breath pattern. the body takes time to begin to release the heavy duty back muscles. And here we're massaging the lower back. And then we come to hugging both knees into the chest. And in your time, as you breathe in, raise the left leg and the left arm up and behind you, and keep a bend in both the knee and the elbow. Let the back of the hand rest on the floor. And then as you breathe out, hug the left knee into the chest again, returning the arm. And as you come to breathing in the right side, extending the right arm above you, extending the right leg, maybe flexing the right knee. And then breathing out, hugging the right knee back into the chest. Again, the left and the right side now in your own breath pattern. Hugging the knees into the chest. And keep the left knee hugged into the chest and extend the right leg along the floor. Just have your cushion or your support, your bolster near to you on the right side within distance. And hugging the right knee into the chest, the left knee into the chest, the right leg is extended along the floor. In your own time, roll to the right. You might use your elbow to support you. Your whole body rolls to the right. Your left hip lifts off the ground. And use the support to support underneath your left inner thigh. Just rest your right hand on your outer left thigh, and just rest your left hand on your left waist. If you want to extend the stretch to under your arm more, then raise your left elbow. You can bend it at the elbow. The left hand is above you on the mat, and you'll feel that pull onto the arm. If you want to feel a nice stretch out, extend your right leg, extend your right heel, so you really stretch your body, and then just release. And your head is looking up, or maybe a little bit to the left. Your eyes can be open or closed. Any rotation is realigning for the spine, and we can all get slightly kinked in the spine, so it's a very restful spinal movement. Helpful also for the digestive system. It's not too extreme, just a gentle relax. And then thinking about coming out of this, roll onto your back. Bend both knees, place both feet on the ground, and you might feel that you've twisted slightly. So if you press your feet into the ground, you can lift your bottom and just reset it. And take your left support over to your support over to the left. And then when you're ready, extend the left leg along the mat. And then bend the right knee into the chest. And then very gently rock the whole body over to the left. And your left inner knee can rest on the inner thigh or just support you if you need that. Your right foot can be on the left leg, just above the knee. Right hand perhaps started resting it on the waist, the right waist. And the left hand is somewhere along the outer edge of your right thigh, looking either up or slightly to the right. Eyes can be open or closed. And if you want that extra stretch, you can raise your right arm above you. It can be bent at the elbow. You can get into the stretch by extending your left heel and then just releasing and relaxing. And then when you're ready, very gently think about coming out of the pose by rolling once more onto your back. Bending both knees, both feet are on the floor, and pressing your feet down to just straighten you up. And then hug one knee and then the other knee into the chest. And then just rock from side to side. And then just very gently place the hands under the thighs and place the feet down onto the mat. Have the feet slightly wider than hip width apart, out towards the edge of the mat, and then just let the knees come together, constructive rest, and just place your hands on your abdomen and take a few breaths. Once more, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Your own breath. The thought is that by staying calm and constant, we can meet life's changes, which life inevitably changes, from a more centered position. And the very gentle movements and the connection to the breath helps us to recognize that although life changes, because life always does, the essence of us, as a glimpse, is that it's always the same. And it helps us to unclutter our minds and recognize that that part of us has always been there and always will be there. It can just get quite dusty and covered with life's rushing around. And just for a few minutes, you can either stay in constructive rest or come to Shavasana by lying out on the mat. And I'm not going to do, obviously, a long Yoga Nidra, but I thought I would do a very classic but short Yoga Nidra. So come to being comfortable, either staying really well or coming into Shavasana. And in this classic form of Yoga Nidra, there's the invitation to make a wish for yourself, a resolve for yourself. And repeat it to yourself mentally up to 3 times to set the resolve. And now let that resolve, that sankalpa, float away. Your intention has been set. And every part of you, your body, is relaxed now. Maintain awareness of relaxation. And that includes the mind, the body, your senses, all aspects of your personality, the mind, all relaxed. And concentrate the body, which is now resting on the floor, and just focus your attention to those parts of the body where the different limbs of the body touch the floor, connect to the floor. And concentrate where the right heel touches the floor. And carry on shifting your consciousness from point to point where the different limbs of the body touch the ground. Your right heel, left heel, right calf muscle, left calf muscle, right hamstring, left hamstring, right buttock, left buttock, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right hand, left hand, right elbow, left elbow, the back of the head. Now focus on the meeting points only, where the body and the ground touch each other. And be aware of gravity as the body connects with the earth. And feel the heaviness as the body relaxes into the earth. And now concentrate on the part where the 2 eyelids meet. And feel the meeting of 2 eyelids. And now focus the attention from the eyelids to the points of the lower and upper lips. And focus where the 2 lips meet. And then just move your attention up to the base of the nostrils. And as you breathe in, become aware that your breath is cooler as it comes in and moves to the centre of the head. And as you breathe out, let the breath drift down all through the body, taking with it anything that's not serving you today. It can be any niggles or pains, it can be an emotion, it can be a thought, it can be a sensation. Just let that move down through the body, leading through the soles of the feet. And again, bringing your attention back to the nose. And as you bring the breath in, trace the breath coming in to a point that you imagine to be in the centre of the head. And breathing out, let that drift down through the body, taking with it anything that you don't want or need today. Taking it back to the earth, leaving the body through the soles of the feet. And just take a couple of breaths in your own breath pattern. Through the nostrils to the head and down through the body. to reconnect with that resolve that you made at the beginning of the practice, your sankalpa. And just repeat that mentally to yourself 3 times. And then let that resolve go. Your attention has been set for the day. And now, coming back to your body, see your face or imagine your face as you would see it in a mirror. And now see your whole body lying on the floor. And just watch yourself in your imagination for a few seconds. Connecting to every part of you that you would see lying on the floor. And then connect to the sensation of, again, the parts of the body are connecting to the floor. Be aware of the touch and the feel of your clothes on the skin. And expand your awareness to the sounds both here and outside. And then taking your time to perhaps come back, leaving the Yoga Nidra, and maybe you want to move your fingers and toes, maybe you want to hug your knees once more into the chest. But taking your time to come back to a seated position, or stay where you are, if you want to stay where you are. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to read a couple of cards, a couple of thoughts for the day. So the first thought, the random thought for the day, from the cards today, is Guardian Angel. That's almost saying to you that trust, I suppose. Well, everything will work out all right. So will be happen what is what's meant to be. Help's always at hand. And the second card today is Harmony, where the colours are a very muted orange and blue. Very floaty colours, so harmony. And the third card today is Dreams. So anything's possible. And then the fourth card today is Abundance. So the 4 cards again are Guardian Angel, which is in blue and pink, Harmony, which is a light blue and muted orange, and then Dreams is a very floaty, sleep, kind of blue, red and pinks, and then Abundance is someone playing a lute and in a lovely green colour. So I'm going to very gently gong the gong, and either stay where you are or come to a seated position when you're ready.